So, if you can have your attention, inshallah, for a few minutes, a very important message from Reverend standing up from the Anglican Mainstream. He has travelled all the way from Oxford to be with us, to share with us a very important and powerful message. You will understand the urgency why he has come here. After the message, then we'll give you the concluding message.
Thank you very much, and thank you for your welcome. My name is Chris Sugden. I'm a Secretary of Anglican Mainstream, and I'm a member of the General Synod of the Church of England. I bring you warm greetings from fellow citizens of this country, to you who are also people of faith. It's my great privilege to bring you a message on behalf of many Christian churches and their leaders about this new bill on same-sex marriage. Both our Holy Scriptures agree that marriage is between a man and a woman for the best welfare of our children. Both our Holy Scriptures teach that the world we live in is real, and that, as Professor Mona Siddiqui said on Thought for the Day this morning, life is a gift. Real marriage between a man and a woman is part of reality, which we cannot change and no law can alter. Real marriage ensures the future. Real marriage produces real fruit, just as real trees produce real fruit. Real marriage produces real fruit. We cannot choose to undo what God has made. Where will it stop? There are limits to our choices. As your Imam said this morning, there is no new teaching to come on this matter. We share your strong opposition to the government's proposed same-sex marriage legislation, which is a great threat to real marriage, as well as to schools, to our children, and to religious freedom as well. Can you imagine if this new bill becomes legal, our sons in schools will learn to marry boys. Our daughters will learn to marry girls, as all is legal and halal. And teachers will have to teach that, and children will have to receive that teaching, which is false. Same-sex marriage is not yet law. There is much we can do to ensure that it never becomes law. There's going to be an important vote on it, a third reading it is called, in Parliament's House of Commons in mid-May. It is vital that as many of you as possible write to your own Member of Parliament, whether they are Muslim or non-Muslim, before this vote, and that you ask them to oppose the same-sex marriage bill. The more MPs who vote against the bill, the more it will help the House of Lords in Parliament at the next stage later in the summer to oppose this harmful legislation. So we're asking you to ask every member of your congregation, man and woman, in your Friday prayers to write, phone or email your Member of Parliament and ask them personally to vote against the same-sex marriage bill at its third reading. And we're asking you to repeat this urgent message at the Friday prayers right until the vote takes place in May, and publicise it widely to all Muslims who are registered to vote, all who have the vote. It is very easy to find out the name of your local MP, and our letter gives the details. You can email them, write to them by post, or phone them up, or even best, visit them in their local office where they hold a surgery and demand that they vote against the same-sex marriage bill in the next parliamentary meeting. Please remember, the more letters go to the MPs, the more we have a chance to stop this evil new legislation, which will affect very badly and even destroy real marriage and our children in schools, because it will mean that nobody will be married in the received sense, because it changes marriage for everyone. And if possible, we would like you to put this letter, which will come to you with a number of signatories, on your websites. I'm going to close by reading you the text of the letter that we suggest is a template for how you might address your MP, and of course you will want to add to it and give it your own personal style. To your MP, I'm writing as one of your constituents, because they listen to constituents, you vote for them, to ask you to vote against the Marriage Same-Sex Couples Bill at its third reading next month. The bill is deeply hurtful to our Muslim community and will greatly damage our children and all our holy marriages between a man and a woman. We are asking you to represent our great concerns fairly in your vote. We will not forget how you voted on this when it comes to the next general election, that is in 2015. That's a sample of how you might address your own MP, and they do take notice of the letters and the representations that are made to them. If this bill goes through, and with this I close, if this bill goes through, it will become illegal for us to speak publicly about real marriage as taught in the scriptures. If this bill becomes legal, those organizations which teach and promote real marriage, including mosques and churches, will suffer penalties if they refuse to endorse the same-sex marriage. They will have their government-funded tax exemptions removed. Those organizations who use our buildings, or whose buildings we use, that receive government funds, will not be allowed to use our buildings and will not be allowed to use theirs. And those who work in government-funded salaries will have to endorse and support same-sex marriage. And it will result in teachers and many government officials losing their jobs, because for conscience and their religion's sake, they will not be able to tolerate this. We can speak out now. We can do something now. Please do not believe that the debate is over or the bill is now passed. It is not. There's many more bridges for that bill to cross, and our appeal as Christians and fellow citizens to you is to please use your vote and your opportunity to speak to your MP personally, by email, phone or letter, to ask them to oppose this bill. Thank you for the opportunity to share with you. Thank you for the privilege to attend this meeting.
This was Dr. Chris Sugden, and we just wanted to say that please do not leave today except that you have taken the petition or this letter, sign it. It's crucial that you have your name and address. And there may be some of you who are not from Tooting, maybe your MP is a different MP in another area, another borough. So you would have to find out your MP, who is he, and then address this letter to your MP. But you can hand in all these letters, inshallah, here. And our Dr. Chris and many of those who are campaigning, they will have it sorted out, and inshallah this will reach the MPs. So Jazakallah khairan for the message. Inshallah we will prepare for the azan for the khutbah.